Do you know of this DJ?
I actually don't. I actually don't know of
I
these.
wonder if he has good other mixes.
DJ. Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Yolking Around.
Welcome, 2022.
2022.
Season 3.
Yep.
Season 3, for those of you who don't know Spanish.
Welcome to the show. Very excited. We are opening up with this beautiful song by Sir Elton John and
yes.
Dua Lipa here in Yolking Around.
Goes off.
2022. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
To be honest, I don't really do those just because I feel like you shouldn't really wait for next year in order to start doing something.
That's right. That's the hipster way of doing it.
You're right. In general, I want to, as we've spoken about before, just become vegetarian.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah. We've been dabbling a little bit into the whole vegetarian world, basically. Let me turn this. And it's been working out pretty well, I would say.
Got some good recipes.
I'm not hating it, honestly. I'm not hating it. I love it a lot. Actually, I feel lighter.
Yeah, we were saying that. We haven't really been missing the meat as much.
Yeah, you made this veggie chili, right? It was like a veggie chili. And when I was eating it, I think that was one of the first meals that you prepped up.
Yeah.
That was vegetarian. And I was just like, I'm having chili. And then you're like, it's completely vegetarian. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious? There's no meat in these? Because it literally tasted like a chili should. It was really good.
Yeah. It's like you don't really need meat, you know. Every now and then it's good, you know.
Dabble in, you know. Well, we had meat yesterday. We went to Chick-fil-A. We had poultry, but, you know, it's some sort of meat.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched chicken, really.
Not really. No, we bought a package of chicken like 3 weeks ago, and I just put it in the freezer. I was like, we're not really eating this that much. Mm-hmm. And if we ever do, I feel like I just would want it just a chicken breast, just like grilled.
Just grilled.
Yeah.
The cleanest, the better.
Yeah.
In caldos are good. What is a caldo in English?
Like a soup or a broth?
A broth. No, it's more in the broth category, I would say.
Yeah.
That type of if you put the chicken in there, it's very nice. You know, because it just boils. There's no additives. Yeah. Unless it's like condiments and vegetables and shit like that.
Just reminded me, seasoning is very important.
Season in vegetarian food.
I just think in general, but I feel like also with vegetarian food, because I feel like I never use as much seasoning as I do right now.
Oh, I see. So you're finding yourself using more seasoning than when you were cooking just regular stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I wouldn't say, like, I'm not the best cook, but I feel like
I think you are.
Thanks.
I think you are. I'm definitely at least 6 pounds overweight. So I definitely agree with that.
You're well nourished.
I'm well nourished. Yeah, this is chicks.
It's important. I feel like you have such weird
I'm getting exposed right
eating
now.
habits. Not weird as in, I guess just inconsistent is how I would describe it.
That's the life of an adult.
Don't
let her fool you. That's what you kids are waiting for right there. It's very, what was the word you said? Inconsistent. Yeah, it's like, I'm intermittent fasting. The fuck you are. Don't lie to yourself, man.
I wouldn't. No. Well, the only reason I bring it up is because I feel like I'm very consistent. If I don't eat, I miss breakfast, I will not be in a good mood until I eat.
You get that hangry effect.
Yeah, I do.
You get the hangry effect. Yes, you do. Yeah, fuck. I do get it. I find myself, like, when I'm at work, I get pissed off. You know,
that's different though. You're at work.
I'm like 3 hours in, and like if I miss breakfast or something like that, I'm still like a snack at breakfast or or full breakfast in the morning type of person.
Yeah.
But if I miss it like around 3, if I haven't had anything in my stomach, I'd start getting moody.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty late in the day in comparison.
Yeah, I have quite the resistance, I would say, and because of my inconsistency.
And I get you in trouble all the time, and I feel like you need to eat something.
I know, just built different, I guess.
I guess so.
Built like a fucking
adult, a millennial.
A millennial, man. Just run on coffee, man. Coffee and starch. Sugars and carbohydrates and all that shit that will kill you eventually, I guess. So you don't do New Year's resolutions?
Not really, no. Not very often. I mean, I like New Year's. I like partaking in the festivities from time to time, but I'm not really one to make goals first day of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like you're most I feel like you're most likely to keep your goals if you start them before the new year begins.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah, because typically on average I want to say it takes around 60 days to develop a habit, something around that range.
Oh yeah, it's something around that. Yeah.
And I feel like maybe if you start in November and then December and then in January it starts becoming more of a habit. So then you're actually consistent and then you're like, oh, I'm actually following my goals, and you feel more confidence and more encouraged to keep doing your goals.
You're right. But the thing is, like, a lot of people are into the whole image thing, so they're gonna be like, I'm gonna go to the gym now.
Very vain.
You know, I'm gonna go to the gym. It's just, even if it's just to be healthy.
Right.
But a lot of people, the problem is that a lot of people it's about the gym life for them, and then there's December and November, and like the end of November, especially in the Mexican culture, where you get
all the fattening foods.
Exactly. You get tamales, you get the fucking pozole, you all that shit, you know, that's gorgeous, but not so much for your stomach, you know. It's just, and it fucks you up, you know.
Fucks them arteries.
And then that most people are like, well, after las fechas navideñas. For some people, some motherfuckers start to like January 13th because they still got the rosca de reyes and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, but hey, you know, do you, babe?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm not judging anyone for having resolutions. If you want to better yourself, you know, that's awesome. Props to you.
Yeah, but November, I could see your point completely for other things. You know, heck, even maybe even put it as a test. Like, say I'm gonna try to start doing healthy stuff in November, and through December, I'm gonna resist temptation, like the gym noodle Christian that I am,
right.
and if I am able to surpass December, then maybe I can make it the rest of the year, you know, and have the will to say no to a taco.
Will. Oh, random fact, actually, today I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw this post, and it said that tacos, like 3 tacos al pastor, is supposedly healthier than a protein bar.
What? Well, there's a lot of protein in tacos, really. The thing is, like, we end up eating like 14 of them, you know, like that's the fucking problem there, you know.
I've never been able to stomach that many.
I know. Yuri and I and Deegan, actually, we can slam down some tacos, man. We've gone to Tacos El Gordo in Vegas. It's like, have you gone there?
I went there once, but it wasn't a very good experience.
I went and I loved it. The first time, there's some videos. I think one of the videos is on Instagram somewhere where I was kind of dabbling into vlogging a little bit. So we went to Tacos El Gordo in Vegas with Sergio and the rest of the guys, you know. And I had it for the first time, and I remember we must have had like fucking 13, 12 tacos, maybe even 14.
Wow.
May I say, you know. I know there's fuckers out there that can eat a lot more than that, but that's a lot of tacos, man. That's a lot of tacos.
Is that solely due to hunger, or just because you're trying to see how many you could stomach?
I think but a little bit of both. We were really hungry. Some shit had happened that we had to basically stay out in the sun. I can't remember if Sergio lost some keys or he got towed, or I don't know, some weird shit happened, and we had to wait. So we went to eat some tacos after, and we got a shit ton of tacos. It was crazy. The asada, the pastor, the chorizo, all this shit that they do. They like airbend the fucking sauce. You know, it's fucking crazy how fast
it's crazy in there.
Work there, but they do a great job. You know, they're making the tortillas right there. You know, it's crazy.
Oh, really? I didn't see that last time.
Yeah.
Huh. Mine were kind of, in my opinion, they weren't as good as I was hoping they were going to be.
No.
There's
various locations. Maybe the one that I went to, I was very pleased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I went actually on a trip, on a soccer trip with these guys that I used to play for, here in Denver, and we went to Tacos El Gordo, and yeah, it was fucking great because everybody could eat. You know, they're all soccer players, so they're fucking putting down tacos, man. Just
was after a game or what?
Yeah, like after a game, you know, fuck, we ate so much.
Damn.
Quesadillas and
sounds like a good memory.
Shit, it was a great time. First time I went to Vegas, I think. Yeah, it was.
Were you underage still?
Was I? I can't remember if I was. I don't think I was, actually. I was probably on the threshold, 21, 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was fucking great, man. The first time in Vegas, it's always an experience.
Yeah. I recently went for the first time actually just for fun because I used to go with my parents, but, you know, like as a kid, you're just stuck in the hotel room, basically.
It's pretty whack. I mean, unless you go do the different events that they have, right. The Blue Man Group and, you know, the Tiger Brothers and
I've never heard of that.
I don't know what they're called. I should know. They're from like the 80s. Who's another one? Fucking what's that guy that does the illusion?
Like a magician?
Yeah, he's like he wouldn't like a magician. Yeah. Chris Angel.
Okay.
Chris Angel. Yeah, Chris Angel. All those fuckers have residences over there. Residencies.
Yes, got it.
Residencies. Do you remember your first time going to Vegas?
I mean, my only memory is just staying in a hotel room, nothing crazy like that.
No, but like the first time as an adult.
Fuck yeah, I had a blast. My cousins went from California.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it was such a fun time. I want to go back. We're actually planning another trip for next summer. Yeah. Hopefully.
That was your first time going as not an underage
as an
person?
Adult,
as an adult. Fuck yeah, dude. How old were you?
23.
23. Mm-hmm. Also, it was older. A lot of people as soon as they hit like 21, they're like on that shit.
Yeah, I didn't really get the chance. I was just kind of working, grinding.
Oh, yeah, you were in school and shit.
Yeah.
But y'all went to different bars, I'm assuming, did the whole thing. Did you guys do any of the shows at all?
No, we were just getting lit, basically.
Just fucking drinking.
We went to a pool party, though. It was really fun.
Pool parties are sick in Vegas. I've been to a couple and they're fucking dope.
Yeah.
They're worth it.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Definitely.
I actually in the last vlog when I went to Vegas to meet Sergio, I got really drunk in one of the fucking pool parties.
I think that's where I was too. That same pool.
I got so fucked up, you know. I was really fucked up, but I was classy about it, you know, because it's a fucking pool party, so you can't just fucking puke your guts.
No, or else you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah, you're getting the fuck out of there, you know. And I was about to see the Chainsmokers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna miss that shit. But I felt, you know, queasy, and I'm just like, all right, Sergio, it's time to go to the restroom. So we went, and you can see kind of on the vlog, you can see me wobbling and shit. And I just puked my guts out in one of the restrooms, right?
I puked in a restroom too in Vegas.
But I was so like meticulous about it. Like I make sure that no drop reached the outside of the rim of the toilet. Like I was very like collected about it. You know, I was just throwing up. Cleaned myself up, got myself together, gave myself a couple slaps on the face, and then walked out. But I had the people were outside and they could hear me puking, you know. And one of them was Sergio, and Sergio was with one of the securities in there, and he's like, "Yo, is your boy okay?" He's like, Sergio's like, "Yeah, you know, he's okay." He's like, "I need you to walk straight," and I'm like. Hey, I'm okay. Let me walk straight. Okay, here it goes. And I walk straight and I walk back. And I felt queasy and I almost fell, but I managed to pass the test.
You're like, I'm not risking not seeing the Chainsmokers. I'm like, no,
I'm seeing the fucking chainies, you know? Like, I'm watching the Chainsmokers take off their shirts, goddamn it. I went back and, he allowed me. He allowed me to go back to the pool party.
What did you?
Yeah.
I threw up also in a bathroom, but that wasn't it wasn't at the pool party. It was actually when we were leaving. And I remember one of my cousins was like starting to puke, and so we had to take her to a bathroom. So we went to a random hotel bathroom, and I felt fine up until the point where I went in with her, and I was like, oh fuck, I need to puke.
It's like your body knew. It's like, oh, this is a safe area to let go.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And unfortunately, all the stalls were taken. I was like, this needs to happen now, and I had to fucking puke in a sink.
On a sink.
Yeah.
Wow, girls be out there doing shit like that. See, not just boys.
Hey, I didn't have any choice. All right.
Hey, no. Hey, hold your hair back. Hold your hair back. Sorry, and let go, sister.
And then I thought I was done, right? So I was about to leave the bathroom, and I had to puke again.
Oh fuck!
And the trash can that was right by the entrance, I had to puke in there too.
Wow, you made a scene. Like, you're telling me you made.
No one noticed for some reason. My cousin was literally right next to me, and I was
Vegas.
Yes, I know.
How the fuck did nobody?
I don't know.
That?
No one saw.
Wow.
Even my cousin that was right next to me by the trash can. After I was like, "Oh, I just puked." She's like, "You puked?" She's like, "Are you?"
Damn,
yeah.
Sis. Jesus Christ.
At least I didn't puke on the floor.
That is true. Or on yourself.
That's
always
true,
a good
myself.
one. Yeah, that's always a good one when you just devour yourself.
Yeah. But we were all pretty much drunk during that trip. It was a great time.
Oh, shit. Well, let's start getting into
yeah,
some
we
of
kind of
these
went
news.
to a little tangent.
We went on a super duper tangent. But that's what this podcast is
right.
about. I was reading this week that two TikTokers by the name of Melissa and Billy are falling in love at the speed of light, basically. And the reason I say this is because in just 6 weeks, they've moved in and they've gotten engaged.
Oh, wow.
So it was just interesting because they do have a following. They have like 31,000 followers or something like that. And the message, is don't wait for time, if you know kind of thing, go for it. Love at 100%, it doesn't have to be a year or 2 years. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think about this situation? Because I could see their side. I could see their side where they're just like, hey, man, we're young, wild, and free. Let's fucking love,
right?
But at the same time, I feel like it's also very dangerous, to act on impulse like that. Yeah. So what do you think? Like, would you... I know with us, we dated for a minute, so we got to know each other more than definitely 6 weeks. But what do you think? Like, how do you feel about this type of news,
So I don't really believe in love at first sight. I believe at lust in first sight.
Lust in first sight type of thing. Okay.
So I think maybe that was more what happened with them. And then from there, I think love is a choice. So ultimately, if you choose to love someone, you're going to choose to spend the rest of your life with them. And it sounds like that's on the course that they're on, right?
Yeah. They're making choices to be together in and
I don't want it to come off as judgy or anything, but I wouldn't choose that for myself, just because I'm a little more logical in a way. Because I think what you're saying is kind of true. It can be kind of dangerous just to move in with someone and be that fast.
Yeah. Then you're like, well, he's toxic or she's toxic. With no shade, you didn't get to know him.
Yeah, because love can be very blinding as well.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is, and most people seem to be positive about their followers and stuff in the comments. They seem to be pretty positive, but it's also important to put out there that love like that is very fugace, very fast, can be very hurtful too, right. Because one person could fall more in love, the other person might not be in that page,
right.
It's even at a scientific level, there's chemicals flowing through your body during those first times, so that your dopamine and your serotonin are gonna be at the wazoo, at the wazoo. So it's very...
That's what the honeymoon phase is, all the chemicals.
And so I actually have some fun facts about this story.
Okay.
So they were together after 2 days.
Oh,
okay. They were moved into a house in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And they were engaged after 6 weeks.
Shit.
And then we're going to have a baby mama in 41 weeks. No, I'm just playing about that last one. But you know what I mean?
Oh, so she's not pregnant?
No.
I fully believed you.
No. I made that last one up.
Okay.
But no, hopefully that's not the case. But
I mean, I don't know. That's on them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk. But it also puts the expectations so high because you have a following, you know? So they're always watching your shit. And they're like, what if it just goes to shit? Like, man, that's so much pressure on your marriage. Like, or your marriage.
Just have a public relationship, because then when you break up, you don't have to give an explanation, but people are going to be asking for one.
So hopefully it doesn't. Obviously, hey, if there's people out there that do fall in love at first sight and they are inseparable from there on, you know, I still believe in that kind of love. But hopefully this is that case, I think, you know.
But what happens a lot with couples who create maybe like a collab YouTube account or just a collab account in general, and they make content together and that's all they do, is that your relationship becomes your job almost in a way.
Fuck.
So that's another layer of
that. It is. I hadn't even thought about that.
That was my
holy fuck! You
thought.
just fucking blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, let's make a TikTok. Like, oh, be cute with me. And
yeah, because they share an account. Like it's their thing.
And I'm not saying they're like that, you know, because obviously I don't watch them or anything. But I'm saying that's a thing that happens a lot of the time. I've seen it happen with YouTube couples where they break up and they have like some sort of explanation video, and they're like, oh, basically like it was just starting to become more like a job, and you know, shit like that.
Fuck. Are we in danger?
No. No, I definitely don't think so. No.
Okay, well, that kind of blew my mind a little bit, actually.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is.
That you have to find a line between. That was.
Hopefully that comes out in the sound. My neck just fucking popped, dude.
Yeah, homeboy stressing over here.
I'm fucking doing the Thriller dance over here, man.
No, but it can be very dangerous. I feel like it, like you said, it puts a lot of pressure on a relationship.
I don't know. I think it's intense. I mean, it takes balls, you know, and I wish them the best, obviously, you know, I never mean no harm, but it's just interesting, you know, that there's, you know, things like that being out, you know, exposed, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't do anything like that. I'm very careful in that sense. Yeah.
And also, like, to not have people be confused about what love is, you know, because I feel like you have to grow into the idea of what love is to you. Yeah, you know, it's kind of like a very personal thing, like a thumbprint almost, like what, because everybody has lived different lives, you know, everybody has been hurt differently, so love means different things to you, you know, and it's expressed differently. But yeah, I don't know, it's just when you put it like this in a very spotlight type of scenario, it can be a little scary, especially because there's followers, you know. That's my concern, really, how people are like, yeah, you know, fuck yeah, love, you know, just go for it. But there's a downside to this as well. So
I just wonder,
be wary of that.
Of course, I wonder what the relation or what their future is going to look like, because right now it still seems like they're very much in the honeymoon phase with all the chemicals and whatnot, but eventually that's going to go down. Like, it's just science, and
it's just science.
It is.
Just science. We're gonna make a meme of her going like, it's just science.
But I was gonna say, a lot of couples that are in long-term relationships express feeling boredom at times, and they confuse that with a red flag, as like, oh, like, do I not love this person anymore? Do they not love me anymore? But a lot of the times that boredom just means that you're at peace, and that's what you want to be, right? At peace with somebody.
Yeah, you do want to be at peace with somebody. Fuck. It's just very complicated, man. Like, how people just perceive things so differently, and when it comes to love, it's just like, I feel good, you know. Am I really in love? Is this what love is? Or like you said, is this just a phase, or am I just, is this boredom okay? Like, what? It's very confusing, to learn those little caveats of love. Yeah, you know. But
communicate with your partner, y'all.
Communicate. Yeah.
But I mean, I wish the best for them, regardless of everything that I just said.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna chop up some of these parts up. Yeah. So hopefully everything goes well for Melissa and Billy.
Oh, Millicent. That's a cool
Melissa,
name.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa. Sorry.
Melissa. Yeah. Sorry, my accent can fuck things up. Names is one of them. I'm sorry, people, if I fuck up your name.
Don't say sorry for your accent. It's cute.
So I went to Decadence this past weekend.
Right.
Had a blast.
Yeah?
Had a blast, yeah. And it snowed a shit ton.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
I'm glad I didn't go.
I was clenching my butthole on my way there. Like, that seat ended up sweaty.
It's scary. You left at the peak of snowiness.
Bro, I could not see the fucking lines. It was one of those situations. As soon as I was turning out of here, like, I saw fucking Honda just stuck.
Oh, yeah, you told me. That's scary.
And I'm just like, I'm not even a minute away from the fucking place, and I'm already seeing cars getting stuck in the snow. So I made my way over there to Decadence, and I was scared. But I wasn't scared that I was gonna like slide off and hit somebody, because I consider myself a safe driver. You know, I drive slow. You know, I try to like make sure that I'm always looking
very
at
vigilant.
Everything. Yeah. I was just scared that my car would get stuck.
Like the Honda?
Yeah. And I got tires for it, front tires. So I was like, it shouldn't be getting stuck, because I just got brand new fucking all seasons, I think they are, on them. So.
Oh, yeah, you did. Not too long ago. Forgot about that.
And it works with the front wheel. So it should work properly. You know, you shouldn't be getting stuck that easy. And I didn't. I made it all the way over there.
Fuck.
And oh my God, it was so fucking cold, dude. So fucking cold out there.
How long did you have to wait outside? Because I remember last time we went, we kind of waited outside for a little while.
I didn't actually have to wait outside at all.
Oh, lucky
you.
I
was able to get in. I went in at the right time, I'd say. But one thing that I wanted to point it out, and I've seen this every single time, like the Decadence ends. You know, when you come out, it's super fucking cold. It's even more cold sometimes. You know, and I saw people just laying on the street, people that are homeless, sleeping on the snow. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This is scary. Like, what if they're completely dead, you know, completely frozen? You know, they have sleeping bags and stuff, but you see them on the street in fucking cold-ass Colorado. And you're like, how are people able to sleep?
That's so sad.
I can't sleep. You've seen me. I'm a bitch when it comes to the cold, and I just want to be cozy and warm. And then you come outside, and there's people like underneath the snow, man. Like, honestly, if I was in that situation, I try my best to go to a hotter place, because I could not handle that shit.
Like, bro. Move.
Yeah. Like, fuck, man.
It's just so sad, and like, it's sad to think that this is supposed to be a first world country and we still haven't solved homelessness.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That should not be a thing.
I think, yeah, you're right. That's a good way to put it. That should be like a good way to set the bar, you know, like not only the country with least homelessness, the country with no homelessness can be considered more of a first world country. Right. You know, because I feel like if it isn't, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, there's a lot of lazy people out there. There's gonna be those people out there, and trust me, I understand that's easy to perceive. Yeah. You know, but there's a conglomerate when it comes to homeless people, of people that have mental illnesses, people that have not been treated correctly in a psychological way, right. You know, veterans. Yeah, I was gonna say people that defend our flag, man. For you guys that are all about it, you know, all about patriotism. Like, there's a lot of fucking homeless people that are Vietnam veterans, that are different types of veterans from different wars, and you know what's fucked up is that they're in that situation mostly because we put them in that situation. This nation put them in that situation, so. Right. I feel like there should be better accommodation for people that come, and I'm not an expert in the whole army, you know, but I feel like there should be better accommodations if someone is risking their skin out there taking bullets, you know. But
and not to get too off topic from your story, but I just think in general everyone deserves housing and food and all the basic necessities for free. Like, why? I don't think we should have to pay for those type of things.
Yeah, and it just kind of takes me away when I see people out there in the plain cold. You know, it's just fucking handling it like that. I'm just like, God. It
just reminds you how grateful you have to be for things.
Yeah, just having even a roof over your head, man. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Every time, it's been a couple times that I've been to Decadence, and it's always a great time. I highly recommend it. You guys will see a vlog about it. But every time I come outside, I see homeless because it's downtown, you know. So you see some homelessness down there, and it's intense, man. Yeah. It's intense what you see out there.
Shouldn't have to see that.
Yeah.
But a good experience.
Yeah, good experience. Do you have any articles or news that you have?
Oh, it was mostly stuff that would be like supplemental to the things you were probably going to be talking about. So go ahead and run through whatever you're talking about. Okay,
so I have another story. I was reading this week that this city by the name of Yishu in China was completely closed down due to COVID regulations. I think they saw that they're very strict in China right now, very strict. So they have like this thing that they do called the zero COVID strategy or something like that. Let me see, the dynamic zero COVID. That's what they're using over there. It's basically a strategy that they're using in different cities. In Yishu is one of them. Xi'an was the first one that they started implementing this. Well, I don't know if it was the first one, but it was one of the cities where it has been implemented. The city has like 13 million people living in it, and basically what they've done is they've restricted people, they've monitored people from applications to make sure that they're not outside. So they are completely to be indoors. The only people that are allowed outside in the city are the people that are like for sanitary purposes or something that have to do with medical circumstances and all of that stuff, right? So in Xi'an, this happened, right? They basically made sure that everybody stayed home, and they check your applications, you know, saying, hey, we want to make sure that nobody's like partying or having fun or doing things outside of their home, basically. So in Yishu, there's a few cases of COVID that pop up, and automatically they decide to implement the same law, and everybody's completely vaccinated too. It's like mandated as well. It's an interesting way of handling it. I don't think it's the correct way personally, because they're infringing on people's rights to be able to be outside and go to work and do that stuff. So to me it's a little on the dictator side of things, but since it came from China being that strict about it, because you already have people probably on your ass, you know, making sure like, hey, you gotta make sure that your city is fucking handled down. So I see how they implementing this type of thing. It could be efficient and maybe quote unquote necessary, but it's just interesting. And the crazy thing about this is that the Chinese app Weibo, which is the Twitter equivalent here in the US, there was videos of people being enclosed into a building because they have to remain there, but they're having to trade different things, different items for food and different things because they can't go outside. So that was a question I was gonna ask, because I had a similar thought the other day of why don't we just provide people with food, and the government obviously provide food and money for like a month for people to stay inside, and then it would go away. I mean, that's oversimplistic of what COVID solving this pandemic would be,
But when you were telling me this story, it didn't throw me off or anything. I think that's probably the solution to all this, because obviously people aren't listening, and we could have been done with all of this a long time ago if people just implemented that sort of restrictions in the first place.
Yeah, no, that was the punchline. So the punchline basically is that there's people now. Well, basically what they're saying is that they were providing food. You know, they were giving them, but the video leaked on Weibo, and it showed people having to trade different goods for food, for sanitary items, etc. You know, people were switching switches for like a Nintendo Switch for like a cabbage or something, or rice or something like that, or noodles.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's not good. If you're having people struggle like that and you're forcing them to not go outside, that is kind of infringing on their basic needs even.
Yeah.
And this kind of links to kind of what I was reading, is that I was reading this article about women leaders, female leaders throughout the world. And apparently countries with female leaders tend to have lower COVID-19 death rates and better economic performance during the pandemic.
Oh, shit. So there's a correlation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to be clear. It's a correlation, not causation, because maybe it's just a factor or something like that. But I thought that was interesting.
Well, it is interesting. So what they're saying is that all these countries that are being ran by women are having less COVID cases.
Deaths even.
Deaths.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And they tend to have more rigorous testing strategies than male ones. So basically they got their shit more under control in terms of the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, and I don't even know what's going on, because it's here in Colorado is becoming hard apparently to get a fucking test.
Yeah.
Like, people are struggling to get rapid tests. It's taking like a week. When I remember, like, in the midst of the pandemic, you could get a rapid test easily. So I don't know if it has something to do with supply chain, you know, being short, or we just kind of forgot about it. There's not more money going to it, which I don't know why. If that shit should still be available, and accessible, if we're still having to go through that pandemic, because that's the main thing right now. The implemented by the government, even, you know, like if that's what you're caring about, then you have to be able to provide all this shit.
Right. And additionally, even if you do get a COVID test, it's harder to get results back, because I know someone that got tested not too long ago, and it took forever or they're still actually waiting for their results.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting because I also had to get a COVID test done, but it was for school, not because I really felt sick. It's just something that my school does. I have to get tested every week. Again, right? I get tested every week, so I went to go do that. I did my test after this person, and I got my results way faster than they did.
Really?
Yeah.
So by the school system, there's something in the school system working properly.
Yeah, well, I think it's because right now they're only restricting it to solely students. It used to be kind of more of a public thing, but right now they're only doing faculty and students.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I mean, at this point,
maybe it is a supply chain. Maybe because why else would they be trying to conserve, you know, or limit the access to?
I think it's just because it takes a long time it's just too much for the lab to take in.
You're right. Yeah, it's just that.
It's too much. But this is the second year that we're still in this shit. We should have it under control by now.
Yeah.
This has been very eye-opening, honestly. This whole pandemic I never really liked the government before pandemic. Oh, they gonna come for me.
Bien anarquista, fucking anarchist out here, man. Jesus Christ.
But it kind of revealed.
Calm down.
Are we really one of the leading countries in the world?
We're becoming second, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, with China leading.
Yeah.
We were seeing that documentary about it, where Chinese economy is also fucking booming. Yeah. Just destroying us. Just like basically if this is the US, we're deep throating China at this point. Yeah. With the economy. Yeah.
But you know, it's not always about being first. I feel like the world is very obsessed with that idea.
Well, the problem is that the U.S. doesn't want to do anything. Like, they're taking our jobs. No, we're sending our jobs, basically.
What is it called? Outsourcing?
Yeah, we're outsourcing because it's just cheaper to make materials outside of the U.S.
Yeah, we're cheap bastards.
So this is what we do. Like eventually, we're
only harming ourselves as a nation.
Well, and not only that, we're fucking harming the planet
that too,
because of the consumerism
first
aspect
and foremost.
Of the things. Yeah. That's the main thing. Like we're fucking up the planet. And talking about like shit about the planet. The other day I was trying to find out. I was talking about the Colorado fire.
Oh right.
In the Boulder site, I think Marshall area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna see if I can find out where this fire came from.
Right.
But apparently, upon reading, I found out that they still haven't fully pointed it out. They have a theory, and we'll get more into that here in a second. But they still haven't found out who, what.
But have they determined that it was man-made?
They don't know.
Oh, I see.
And the reason, which it makes sense, because first of all, fire operation apparently takes quite a few months. It's not like the easiest thing to pinpoint. So, gotcha. Second, the fucking snow that fell on that weekend that the fire was going on Decadence, that type of shit also it doesn't allow you to investigate as thoroughly because there's snow everywhere. The shit gets fucked up because of the environment. Right. So it becomes even harder.
Interesting. Which it was kind of ironic because I'm sure the snow helped.
It did help to turn it off. But yeah. I mean, there was more than 900 homes that got destroyed.
That's so sad.
Over there in that Boulder area.
Yeah.
It's just like, now I get to spend the night in a shelter, and it's fucking cold now outside, and I don't have a house. Like, fuck.
You lose everything. It's not even just the house. It's everything that you built there and the memories that you built there, the life that you built there.
Yeah. Fuck, man. And there is a theory. Joe Pili, I want to say it's Pili. It's the county sheriff over there in Boulder. He came out and was explaining because there's a theory that it might have gotten started in a garage or
/ shed maybe.
A shed, yeah. That's not shelter, but shed. That belongs to a sect group basically. Called the 12 Tribes.
Oh, the white supremacist group?
Yeah, the white supremacist group. And basically, they're not saying that that's what started it. So let me clarify that. They're just, because he really reiterated, Joe Pili did. Yeah, the sheriff did, that they don't know if this is the cause, but they do know that it's around the area, and a lot of people are speculating that they saw or they thought they saw the building that belongs to this group on fire, but but they don't know if this is the cause.
Solely speculation.
Solely. There's nothing set on paper right now, and it's still being investigated. It's not that easy to find out what caused the fire, so we still don't know if it was man-made. A lot of people thought that they were. They contacted the XL, the electric company, and to see if there was any outages and stuff like that, but nothing set in stone, so it's still kind of a mystery. But upon reading on this, I was interested on who the 12 tribes were, right? And they're a very distinct Christian group. They're fundamentalist, and basically what a fundamentalist is a fundamental Christian group. Basically, is when you practice either Islam or Protestant Christianity that upholds belief in strict literal interpretation of scripture.
Oh, I see.
So they're very by the book, very by the book,
right.
Very conservative, right? So let's start there. And the reason you said it was a white supremacist group is because it is a southern-based group. I know that has nothing to do with it, but it does in this case, because it was started in Tennessee, in Chattanooga, I think. I think it was in the 70s. It was actually started as like a Bible study group.
Okay.
And then from there it started evolving into this sect, right? But the reason why you were saying that it's a white supremacist group is because there's a belief that black people are to be subservient to white people, and that's the way that it should be based on the Bible.
That they should be slaves, basically.
Yeah,
right?
that they should be slaves. That it's what would you say is it's a fortune for them to be treated as slaves.
Supposedly a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's super fucked up.
Yeah, of course.
And not real. And we're about to read you guys the story of why a lot of, not just this group, but a lot of Christian fundamentalists believe that black people are to be inferior based on this fucking crazy and false narrative and literature piece in the Bible. It's a story of Sham. Is it Sham?
It says Sham, yeah.
Sham. So I'm gonna have you read it real quick, and then we'll basically talk about it.
Okay.
More as we read through it.
All right. It's called The Curse.
The Curse.
I haven't really read this, so it's gonna be new information for me as well. The Sham teaching, or the Curse of the Ham, as it's more commonly known, stems from Genesis 9:20 to 25. In the story, Noah's son Ham, or Sham in the 12 tribes Hebraic vernacular, sees Noah naked and drunk in his tent and tells his brothers Shem and Japheth. The brothers respond by walking backward so as not to gaze on Noah's nudity and covering him with a blanket. When Noah awakens and discovers what happened, he curses Ham's son Canaan for Ham's impertinence, damning him to be a servant of servants to his brothers. Though the Bible does not ascribe ethnicity or race to any of the characters in this story, over history, Ham/Sham has been portrayed as black by many in the furtherance of white supremacy, hence black servitude to Shem. Posited as white by racists. Has been biblically justified by prejudiced individuals and religious denominations over the past few centuries. Hate group ideologies like Christian identity and those of the Ku Klux Klan have incorporated the curse of Ham, biblical misinterpretation, into their racist theology. See, it even says biblical misinterpretation.
Yeah, it's a misinterpretation.
Because they literally said it wasn't mentioned that he was black.
Yeah, it was never mentioned, but it was assumed that he was black and that he saw Noah naked, basically, right? And that because he did that, he was breaking rule.
When why were you naked? That's
yeah. I mean, it was back in the day,
right?
Having
true.
a cloth over yourself.
Right.
It was easy to get. Yeah, that shouldn't even be the point because it was easy to be naked back in the day. Like,
that's true.
So,
let me continue. Hate group ideologies like Christian identity and those of the Ku Klux Klan have incorporated the curse of Ham, biblical misinterpretation, into the racist theology. Parentheses, Christian identity sometimes asserting that Jews are actually the descendants of Ham and Canaan. In the 19th century, Southern Christians in America used the belief to justify slavery.
Yeah, there you go.
They always got to justify their own narrative somehow. Why they got to bring God into it?
Yeah, they're basically saying God meant it to be that way, but it's false.
Yeah.
It's a fallacy.
The 12 tribes' teachings regard Ham/Sham both excuse slavery and perpetuate its bigotry, going so far as to attack Martin Luther King Jr.
Damn.
Quotations, Martin Luther King was filled with every evil spirit there is to say Sham doesn't have to serve Shem. All manner of evil filled that man, the teaching reads. It is horrible that someone would rise up to abolish slavery. What a marvelous opportunity that blacks could be brought over here. Oh, I don't like saying that.
Yeah.
Brought over here to be slaves so that they could be found worthy of the nations. That was all quotations, by the way.
Yeah.
The 12 tribes insist that teachings are not racist. Yohanan Abraham, the black leader who praised the early KKK to Colucci, and Colucci's like an author of
yeah, he used to attend the 12 tribes, so he got out of it because he himself, I believe, was
he was a mix of Native American.
Yeah, Native American. But yeah, he was interested. Colucci was interested in this 12 tribes group because of the cohesion that he saw in the communion that he saw in the sect, right?
Yes.
So he just wanted to be part of. And then as you start going up in levels in these type of things, they start disclosing more information. And it turns out that, in one of the top guns in the group, in the sect, was black, and he was for the beliefs that black were to be subservient or whatever, which was really weird. And it really threw Colucci off, the writer, the one that escaped the sect group, about why even believe that.
Yeah. The 12 tribes insist that teachings are not racist. Yohanan Abraham, the black leader who praised the early KKK to Colucci, wrote an article on the group's website titled, "Are the 12 Tribes Racist?" under his given name, John Stringer.
So this black guy decided to write a story, right? This cult leader.
Yes, and he used a different name.
Oh, he
used John Stringer.
What are those called? Pseudonymous?
Pseudonym?
A pseudonym?
No, that's not what they're called.
I don't know. An AKA.
No, not. I was gonna say, is it alias?
An alias.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I got that. I was like, is that alibi? No, it's alias, right?
It went by an alias. Yeah. There you go.
Multiple requests by the intelligence report to interview Abraham/Stringer and other 12 tribe leaders were denied or ignored. Oh, so they didn't want to be part of the interview. Addressing a New York article that quotes from the group's Sham teaching, submission to white people is the only provision by which blacks will be saved. Stringer wrote that, quote, is taken totally out of context and has no application within the 12 tribes, where black people are saved like anyone else by the blood of the Son of God, he concludes. The conclusion of the quote and teaching that the New York Post took out of context says this: slavery is over for those who believe and come into the Messiah, but it is not over for those outside Messiah.
Yeah, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Interpretation. Yeah, it to me it almost seems like a type of psychosis to have that sort of perspective on the way you perceive yourself based on your religion, on your belief. You know, it's like very detached.
Yeah. This is very twisted, actually.
Yeah, you know, there's groups like this in Colorado. And, you know, the interesting thing about it is, since it's such a close-knit group, what they do is that in order to seclude themselves from society, they have these cafes that they make. And they have different ones because they have their own people work in those chain restaurants.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so they basically supply work and that's how they basically keep the community going, by having these places.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's smart. It's very smart to keep
I was going to say also,
creating
it's interesting how a lot of cults twist God's words, basically. It's interesting and also very sad because God wouldn't spread hate like that, you know? That's not really what God is about. Yeah. And I'm not extremely religious, but I do believe in God. But it's very sad that they would twist God's words in order to like prey on people and be like, oh, this is the way that you're going to be saved, basically.
Yeah, it's a manipulative tactic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, trying to use bending the narrative of the Bible and the message to fall into your agenda, basically. Right. Yeah. And people believe it.
Yeah.
People believe it.
There's just a few paragraphs here. The telling detail Stringer/Abraham dodges is that the 12 tribes believe only those baptized into their cult have come into Messiah, leaving every other black person outside Messiah, where Stringer/Abraham admits he believes slavery is not over. First of all, Colucci says of Abraham Stringer's article, anytime a group has to be, are we racist, as a frequently asked question, something's going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Colucci says it right there. If you're having to ask
constantly
or having to even bring it up, you know, if a group is racist, then you're probably racist. Are we
Read
really
this article, find out.
You know, but are we really racist? Are we?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about you and me. Okay, continue.
This is a continuation of Colucci's quote. They're saying you have to join their group to be saved by their Messiah, and you have to accept that you have certain iniquities based just on your skin tone alone.
What the fuck?
You only find this out after living there a long time. This is not something they're going to tell outsiders.
Like I was saying, yeah.
So they're just keeping it under the table.
Yeah, keeping under the table. You're right. Just, oh my God, I can't believe people believe that shit, man.
It's very frustrating. Like, why are we still dealing with this type of stuff?
Well, and it's just sad because this mentality just puts that only white people are gonna reach heaven, or are more likely to reach heaven. Mm-hmm. Like, that's basically the ideology behind it.
When ironically, white people have probably caused a lot more damage to this world.
Definitely the most with the wars. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know, because wars used to be caused back in the day all the time. But definitely in the new century, I would say the U.S. definitely responsible for a lot of it. But
man, so that was labeled the curse. But
the curse, I believe the curse comes from
the damnation.
The damnation for the alleged brother.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Were the public
people know about this group. Yeah, people know about this group. So there's speculations that they might have started a fire or something. That's why I said in the beginning, it's not 100% sure. Right, it could have been a lot of things. There's still an investigation that is open and is said to be going for months. So, damn. But I just thought it was interesting, the whole 12 tribe thing.
Yeah, I had never heard about them.
Here in Colorado, yeah. Me neither. And this is the first time. And, like every cult group, they end up being pretty culty.
Yeah, I honestly, when I think of Colorado, I didn't think there was that many hate groups. But I was looking at this map that the website has. They call it hate map of all they've tracked hundreds of hate groups across the United States, and they've mapped them out on a map. Oh, shit. And there's actually quite a few in Colorado.
Here in Colorado, yeah. I wouldn't put it past it, honestly. There's a lot of people that are very
hateful.
Yeah.
17 in Colorado, known. Yeah, well, I've heard about some stuff in Junction, but Junction isn't labeled on this map. It just feels very, when you hear stuff like that, it's very discouraging, because what can we do just as one person about that, it's not something that's going to change overnight.
Yeah. Listen to this podcast. That's what you can do.
Don't be a hateful bitch.
Yeah, don't be hateful. Don't be.
Hate is ugly. You can be the hottest person ever, but you can still be ugly if you're racist.
Yeah, you're right. Talking about hot and whatnot. Have you seen the 10-year challenge on Facebook?
Oh yeah, I don't really know how to feel about those, because what I'm seeing a lot is a lot of misogyny going on. A lot of men are judging girls' appearances.
Yeah.
And that kind of, it rubs me off the wrong way, because beauty is very valued in general, but more so for the woman.
Yeah.
It has a lot
like synonymous almost, like they and it is, it should be, but it's in the wrong way. Right. Like it's very in a toxic way, twisted way.
Yeah, it's like from what I've seen, it's like making fun of women for gaining weight or their body changing. It's just like, that's just naturally what happens. Like, be a man and accept that happens to people in general.
Yeah, that's be a human.
Be a human.
Yeah, be a human.
Well, I say be a man because there's a lot of little boys out there that want to act like they're the manliest guy out there, and they're not.
There's that's the beauty of it. There's flavors and sizes for everyone.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then that's you, man. Yeah. Just find something that you like, and find something that likes you as well. But yeah, I could see that. Yeah, very misogynistic. A lot of people being mean, hateful, and bullies kind of on what interests me more about this type of challenges is how, as a society, we tend to hold on to the nostalgia, the looking back into the great years, the golden years in general, and just how much the human likes to gravitate to nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, I see it more as gravitating towards youth in general.
Yeah.
Because kind of what we were talking about the other day, people are scared of growing old. They don't want to be old. And there's a lot of ageism, actually, that comes along with age.
Yeah. And there's beauty in aging. That's the thing. There's beauty in aging. And I think that there's a grace to it, too. And it just gets, aging is like taking a shit, man. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. As long as you have a butthole. Yeah, like, it's gonna happen, true. Man. And
if you're lucky enough to live.
And you can take care of yourself. That doesn't mean don't take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. But so that when you age, it's a graceful nature to it. It's an
Right.
acceptance to it, and also it has to do a lot with the mentality behind it,
Yeah.
the acceptance part of things.
Well, then another layered factor is that with this age of social media, I feel like being attractive is very profitable. If you're
Right.
hot, you can capitalize off of that very easily.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hot is very subjective as well, but in general, the beauty standard is...
The stereotypical hot,
yeah.
quote unquote hot, is what you're talking
Mhm.
about, referring to.
Yeah.
Like I said, to me, nowadays, it's like we're doing a copy and paste. I think, it's very copy and paste, very commercialized.
I don't know, but just women in general are very hated, and when you try to look good, they're always judging you because, oh, you look like this person. Like, it's very... Women are very compared still.
Yeah. Fuck. And then the fucked up thing is like they're falling into what they're being fed into. By default, you're being fed into this like loop system.
And like the point that I'm trying to arrive is that society tells a woman to be something, and then when they're that thing, they're still judged for it.
Fuck.
Most cosmetic surgeries are for women. Like they are.
Yeah.
I think like 80-something% of cosmetic surgeries are for a woman.
Fuck. Oh man. Well, I think with that we better start wrapping it up.
Damn, that was fast.
Yeah. We're gonna jump into the section. What's your bop? Actually, before we go into what's your bop, I wanna share a last news story.
Okay, I also have like a quick one too.
Okay. So mine, it happened in New Year's, and
mine happened New Year's also.
It's about two twins.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, one twin was born on New Year's Eve.
I heard about this
at 11:45.
Oh man.
And then this was the boy.
Yeah.
And then the girl, I think the boy is Alfredo. And then the little girl, was born after, like around 12. So January 1st.
Different years.
So they have the chances of this happening are 1 in 2 million.
Wow.
And a fun fact about twins is that they make 3% of births. It's about 120,000 twins born every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting fact about my family, there's 3 sets of twins.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Uncles and aunts that are twins. So it's 6 of them.
6
2
of them, yeah. Simple math. God damn it, Derek.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll be weird when they... I don't know. I wonder how that's going to work out for them. Or if that's going to be any weird.
I mean, it's
because of the different birth year.
I don't know how that thing works out. I guess one's birthday is, and then the next one is the next day. I guess, kind of. So I guess it's pretty straightforward. Right. It's just very interesting for it to happen that way. Yeah. And they're Latinos, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
represent.
Latinos. Eileen is the name of the sister. Damn. She was born in New Year's. But yeah, I just wanted to say that story. Doctora Ana Arias. Dr. Ana Arias said this was one of the most incredible events that she has ever seen. One of the craziest
cool.
conceptions.
She helped.
Is it conception, or is it conception when you get pregnant?
Conception is the very first, the beginning.
And then
so it would be,
or what would it be? Delivery.
Yeah.
It was an amazing delivery. I had a brain fart
as well.
Yeah. Sorry. Delivery. It was one of the most miraculous deliveries that she has
that's
ever
cool,
done.
Man.
But what's yours?
Mine also happened New Year's. I actually told you about it, but I kind of wanted to talk about it on the podcast a little bit. That these kids, these teenagers were playing at a park. They're having a snowball fight on New Year's Eve. And this car passes by, and they accidentally threw a snowball in their car. And it's not very detailed, the article, but I guess the dude came out and like starting talking shit, and then
to the
like
kids,
and then like a stabbing occurred.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that escalated quick.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's basically all that the article says. Is that a teenage male got out of the car and engaged in a verbal then physical altercation with the group, which led to one of the males involved being stabbed.
What the fuck? Over a fucking snowball?
On your car, yeah. How much of a toxic male are you?
Well, also it said he was a teen, so probably super immature at the same time. But I mean, to fuck a kid up?
Y'all need some emotional regulation. Go to therapy.
God damn, yeah, go to therapy. Don't watch the show. Go to therapy. But God
This should kind of be a thing at the end of the podcast where we just have a quick news story.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We're kind of sharing fun news around the week.
Yeah.
And then just elaborating on them. But yeah, fuck. So just threw a snowball at the car.
He got out and stabbed the babe.
A little water iced on there and just lost. Jesus Christ, man. People need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. I used to play at that park, man.
Oh,
that was my park.
I thought this happened somewhere else.
Where's no, Grand Junction, Colorado.
What the fuck? Yeah. This happened here in Colorado as well, in our
Grand
old
Junction.
town? God damn.
Rocket Park.
Bro, I didn't hear that. That's like the
I didn't mention it. I forgot. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on, people? Jesus.
Literally the park I used to walk to.
Y'all need Jesus, man, but not the 12 tribe ones.
Yeah, literally.
Fuck. Well,
on that
note, thank you so much for giving me that gruesome note, baby.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're gonna end with this section called "What's Your Bop?" What's your bop, baby?
My bop is a song by Don Toliver by Drugs and Hell. The song is called "Drugs and Hella Melodies" by Don Toliver featuring Kali Uchis.
Oh, okay. And why do you like it?
It's just very, I don't know. It's just very melodic, I'd say.
Melodic. There you go. We'll check it out. Mine is going to be Cold Heart. It's a collaboration of Elton John, Dua Lipa, and then this DJ I called P Now. Now remix. I guess.
Okay.
But I found out through TikTok that it's actually the song was actually made in a way that it's 4 Elton John songs, I believe, and then mixed together to make one. And it's a bop, it's a vibe, and
it's very good.
And it's very good, yeah. Also, we were listening to The Weeknd's new album. Go check it out. Dawn FM.
That was an experience.
That was a cool experience. Definitely, if you're high, go give it a shot. And there's some good stuff. Yeah. It's different. It's different, and I liked a lot of the songs. And I also was I can't think of the word.
I'll describe what I think, and maybe you can tell me if you feel the same way. But as a cohesive piece of art, I like it. However, I wouldn't go back to every song. I would listen to a few songs out of there.
Yeah, there's a few gems, not everything. Cohesively as a whole, I think is a great album, just because it's very conceptual in the sense that it's like a radio station basically being played, and it's very interesting. Very interesting. Check it out, Dawn FM. And
definitely listen to
Cold Heart,
in order first.
Yeah, listen to it in order. Listen to Cold Heart by Elton John, Dua Lipa, and Now remix. Well, guys, thank you so much. Make sure you guys like, subscribe if you guys want. Keep following the podcast. Click every button that you guys see. Positivity only, guys. Share this if you like it. You can find me at Derek Mayo 92 and pretty much everywhere. DMA 92 on Snapchat, Derek Mayo 92 on Instagram. And with that being said, guys, I hope you guys had a blast. We certainly did. In this roller coaster of emotions. The Ecstasy next week, season 2, and this was the first episode of this year. So hope you guys liked it.
Make it a good one.
Think Green 2022. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And stay weird.